Hey guys, I've decided to start a new RC series, and the reason why is because I've been wanting to for a long time and I've just been holding back, and I decided now is the time to do it. So this series will be including the Traxxas Summit, my friend's Emax, and probably a Traxxas Stampede somewhere in there, and maybe some other featured cars. So yeah, let's get started. So this one is going to be about if my upgrades on this were if you need these upgrades or if you don't. So first things first, what I got is steel drive shafts, and whether I think they were needed or not is probably yes, because it helps a lot more to steer. For some reason, I don't know, I just noticed it helps it steer a lot more efficiently. And yeah, so steel drive shafts. And before we get started with anything else, all the links to where I got all these parts will be down in the description below, so go check that out if you think any of these are interesting and you want to put them on your car. So the next upgrade I got was the piggyback shocks, red and blue, because I thought it would go with my bodies, which you will be seeing later on. And yeah, these are pretty good shocks. Like, they are probably the best shocks you can get for this, for the Traxxas Summit. And yeah, whether I think they're needed or not is yes, because I didn't really like the stock ones. I thought they were too like stiff all the time, and I know you can adjust them and stuff, but I just didn't think they were what I needed / wanted. And then the next upgrade I got for this was the Proline bumpers, front and back bumpers. They have the horseshoe, I can't remember what you call them, and then it has a winch spot, because most of the Proline you have, which will be, so like say if you get axial cars, that's what they're mostly for, the bumpers are. So usually people put a winch right there, that's why there's a winch spot. And then what happened on the back one is, you've noticed it's not like the other ones. It has a drive shaft right there. The stock drive shaft is because I modified it, because this has so much power, it would do a wheelie and the things on the back would scrape and then just come back up and it would wreck them. So I just put that along, just pushed it through and then super glued it. So yeah, it helps a lot more too. So the next thing I got were the tires, actually. So what you'll see here is I have the Traxxas 6-pack shock, 6-pack ab tires, and they are black. You can get them in different colors. You can get the rims in different colors, like gray, black, I think. Yeah, gray and black are the only ones. And I use them as my street tires, like for gravel, for grass, and all that stuff. And then my other tires, you'll see right over here, they are trenchers, but they have the silver rims in them, not black. And you can choose the same rims for that too. You can get black or silver or whatever, but I only use those tires for mudding and going through water, since these tires have the foam in them. And yeah, so the next thing I got for this were the LiPo Reaction ADC 6400 mAh batteries with 7.4 volts charge rate, and they're 2S LiPos. So yeah, these, whether I think they were needed or not, were pretty, I think a yes, because the stock batteries sort of suck. No offense to Traxxas or their batteries, but yeah. So, and I forgot to mention on the tires, whether I think they're needed or not, yes, because the stock tires I feel are too grippy for anything, especially if you're driving around like I do. And yeah, so 2 sets of tires were needed, I think, were a pretty good investment. And yeah, so the next thing, one of the almost last ones, were the dual engines. As you can see, you've been looking at them the whole video. And whether I think it was needed or not, it already comes with a monstrous Titan 775 engine. And yeah, so it still has the plastic gear in there, but if you put a metal one in, I noticed that if you put a metal one in, it messes a whole bunch of other things up. It's not as efficient either. So yeah, I just did that. And then what I had to do when I replaced these two with the two ones I had to put the servo up here because it took the servo spot that was down here, as you can see, like the little pad. And then, so yeah, I just Velcroed it up there, and it actually works pretty good. I think it's more efficient that way too. So it's just, you have to pull the cord right here. You can't see it because I'm in the shadow right there. You have to pull that cord out a little because it's all tucked up in this box over here. And yeah, it's all tucked up in there. So yeah. And then the next to very last thing I got for this was the Savox servos. The link will be posted down below. They are full-on waterproof, metal gears inside, and they have 22.2 pounds of torque each. I mean, not each, but together. So I think it was pretty useful, and whether they needed it or not, I think it was a yes. And same thing with the engine, I think it was a yes, because it runs a lot more efficiently. It's a lot more faster, especially if you want your car to be a lot more faster and like smoother on the road. And granted, it sounds a lot different and louder, but I think it was a well-worthy investment to make too. So next thing I got here is onto the bodies. The body I have stock for this is the regular one, not with the updated graphics or anything, just with the stickers that I found around. And yeah, so whether well, I thought this was a pretty good body, especially with the roll cage and what you use the Traxxas Summit for, because the Traxxas Summit is usually mentioned for climbing. The next body I got is, this is my nice body. The reason I got two bodies is because one I can roll and destroy, and this one is so I can just drive around and like have fun, just like go for a drive and not wreck anything or roll it. So whether I think these two bodies were needed is no, unless you want to smash one and then drive around nicely and have something that looks good. The next thing I got on this body though, oh come on, was the light bar on top of it. And that one actually goes with the car and the body style. All you have to do is drill one hole through there, and then it just leads through to the wire down there. And yeah, whether I think that was needed is yes, especially if you're going to be driving it at night. And I use a 0.8 LiPo, is a 3S LiPo for the light, and it runs for about like 2 hours, the light bar does. So yeah, and the body is called the Apocalypse body for the Traxxas Summit, and that'll be in the description down below. So it's pretty easy to paint. It's just that the windows are sort of hard to tape off. But if you do get the body, you can skip forward if you don't want to hear this, but if you do get the body, what you want to do is you want to I can't remember. It comes with a sheet that has the windows, so you can like put stickers on the windows if you paint it on the inside. Cut those out like with tape, so like put a piece of duct tape on them and then cut them out like it is, and then put them on the inside so you don't mess with the windows. But I think it's a good body to have, and it looks super cool. And so this is the point where it comes to the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. This series will just forever go on. There will be how to install stuff, new stuff that I get, and probably if my friend upgrades his Emax too, we'll have some videos on that so you know how to do it. But yeah, this will just be like a whole bunch of how-tos and just what to use and what not to use. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later.